quite a few videos with this Motovox bike, and it has a Tillotson 212 with a 24mm flat slide, a billet flywheel, a Mod 2 cam, and then it has a stock rod. So I got the bike up to around 60 miles an hour with this setup. So this time around, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a billet rod in it, and then while I'm at it, I'm gonna swap out the Mod 2 cam for one of GopowerSports 285 cams. And I've never tried this cam before. Quite a few people have asked me about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw one of those in there. So in the part description on the 285 cam, it says this cam requires stainless steel valves because of the aggressive ramps. So instead of installing stainless valves on the Tillotson head, I'm just gonna go ahead and install one of GopowerSports Stage 2 racing heads. And this head already has billet retainers, split keepers, an upgraded spring package, a 3-angle valve job, stainless steel valves. I think it has a 22cc chamber. So I think this will be a really nice head for that combo. Then of course, I'm gonna install the billet rod, and then the chrome moly push rods, and then the version 2 Champion rockers. So I already have the bike tore apart, got the head off here, and the rod unbolted. And I did multiple videos with this bike with the stock rod, and in the last video, the 7,000 RPM video, I was wondering if it was seizing up, because it was like you were putting on the brakes, it would totally lose power. And sure enough, that's exactly what was happening with the stock rod. Turning it that hard, you can see where it was seizing to the crank. So that's one thing about these stock rods, is they don't have that oil scooper like a billet rod does. Like these have this oil scoop that literally scoops oil into the bearing inserts, which a stock rod doesn't have. Yeah, there's a point, if you start turning one of these hard enough with a stock rod, it'll start starving for oil here, and then you'll seize the rod to the crank, and then you will ultimately break the rod. But luckily I caught this one in time. Let me pop this piston out of here. Yeah, you can definitely see right there where it was seizing up. So I think I caught this one in time because the crank still looks pretty good. Pull this clip out of here. Throw some oil on here. Install this clip in here. All right, there we go. Billet rod. Bearing inserts. So we have the Mod 2 on the left and then the 285 on the right. So you can definitely see the lobes look a lot bigger on the 285. Looks like a big Mod 2 with that flat lobe. These lifters up in here. Get these timing marks aligned. So I'll go ahead and button this up, and I don't think I'll have any clearance issues with the 285 cam, but I'll go ahead and throw this side cover on here and throw a couple bolts in it and spin it over first before I put all the bolts in, just to make sure. Oh yeah, spins over nice. So I go ahead and throw all the other bolts in here. Throw a 10,000 head gasket on here, because with a 285 cam, I'm not going to have any piston to valve clearance issues. Install these Champion rockers. I'm going to throw a little Loctite on these studs here. Push rods. So the cam card says set the valve lash at 3. All right. Got her all finished up, all buttoned up, got the exhaust on there and the carb. So this time around I threw a 13 tooth max torque just to change up the gear ratio a little bit. It did have a 12 on there. So now I'll do a cold start and we'll see how it runs. And this cam has a lot more low speed torque than I thought it would. Even with this extra tooth on the clutch, it's still pretty torquey. You can really feel this thing come on when it gets up into the RPM band. Then it really starts to pull. Let me take it up the road here. I mean, this thing sounds amazing once it gets warmed up. So let's see what we did so far going up the hill. We already did 65.69 going up the hill. Well, this cam and this head together, what a great combo.
Yeah, it has a lot of pull once you're up into the RPM band. We're a good runner. Definitely a good cam and head combo. So let's see what it does from 0 to 30. It has more of a highway gear on it now, but with the 1258 last time around, it did 5.41. So now it has a 1358, so it's more highway geared. So we'll see if it slows down any. All right, 0 to 30, 285 cam with a stage 2 head on the Tillotson 212. Man, I love the way this thing idles. All right, let's see what we did. A 5.12, so it's actually quicker even with the highway gear on it than it was before. So this cam definitely has a lot of torque. Yeah, you can feel it come on right there.
The stock rod would have worked perfect if I didn't try to blow it up over multiple videos, but now I'm kind of glad I did. So with the 1258 gearing, the bike did 5.41 0 to 30 and then 59.25. And then I added even more of a highway gear, a 1358. So it actually should have been slower from 0 to 30. But this combo makes more torque. So the bike did 5.12, so it was actually quicker even though it had a highway gear on it. And then 66 miles an hour. Another thing I really like about this cam is the idle. I don't know if it comes over very well on camera, but it sounds like a bigger cam than it actually is.